Did you ever consider that the very thing that makes you so smart could be your undoing of your success? In this video, I'm going to get to the root cause of overthinking and how it can hold back the most intelligent high achievers. So, there are 3 facts about overthinkers that will highlight the negative effect of this common behavior. So, the first one is that overthinking can be a very common symptom of a more serious mental health disorder. So, this video is not for you if you have some type of clinical diagnosis like severe anxiety or depression. Overthinking can certainly potentiate that and make it worse. So, I highly recommend that you seek professional help if you have a disorder like that. So, the second one is that high achievers or really, really smart, intelligent people have huge potential to create amazing, incredible results for themselves financially, the impact that they make on other people, but they are more prone to fall into this behavior of overthinking, which then can actually hold them back from creating what is possible for them. So overthinking might cause them to cause and create in their lives way less compared to what they're actually capable of. And overthinkers are prone to fall into the all or nothing behavior. So they may not go for something unless it's like a guarantee. So if they have any doubt of their abilities or whether they're going to follow through or whether they're going to be successful, they may not even try at all. So this is where perfectionism comes in. So you spend hours and hours and hours trying to make something good enough to put out into the world. You're just always second guessing what it is that you're creating. You're feeling like it's not good enough. You keep redoing it, or you get more training or more feedback, or overanalyzing. Because you're so intelligent, you know all kinds of outcomes, possible solutions. And so because you know of all of these possible outcomes and solutions, you spend a lot of time going through each scenario in your mind over and over and over, trying to figure out what could happen, what should happen, what's the best case scenario, what's the worst case scenario. Instead of actually taking action on something, you're just continually to run through these scenarios in your mind. So you hold back on making decisions, or when you do make a decision, you second guess it and you just start all over again. You're basically always looking for something that might be more right or might be better. And then there's a lot of the what ifs. What if I look stupid? What if I get it wrong? What if that would be better? A lot of what if scenarios. So the underlying issue here is all about fear. Fear of getting it wrong, fear of making a mistake, fear of looking stupid, fear of rejection from others or judgment from others, fear of failure, or just in general, fear of something bad happening because of something you do. So you protect yourself by coming up with all the different scenarios, right? Because you're doing your due diligence, making sure that you're going to do it right. What's actually happening is that's a defense mechanism. That actually keeps you from avoiding doing the thing, taking the action, making the decision. So it's a place of safety. So the solution is getting to the underlying fear and understanding why that fear is there. So maybe there was something that happened in your childhood. Maybe you never felt quite accepted unless you did the right thing according to dad, what dad thought was right. So whenever you wanted to do something, you just never felt like it was good enough or that you would be accepted. And you were always looking for the right thing in your parents' eyes. So it's important to think about the root cause. And then we really have to think about what is the cost of overthinking. You avoid making decisions. You don't trust yourself. You look for outside validation or permission before you move forward with something maybe that you really want. You don't trust that what you want or what you're going to do is the right thing, is enough. You stay in limbo instead of making forward progress. You just stay stuck again in these scenarios over and over in your mind. So you're not taking big actions. You're not moving forward. So everything just takes a lot longer and is a lot less enjoyable, if you even do it at all. But the good news is that this is just a pattern that can be interrupted. And the way to break this cycle is to get out of your head where all of the overthinking is happening and drop into your body. So by pulling up the underlying fears, those what ifs, those really uncomfortable feelings, that you're trying to avoid and actually leaning into them and tuning into them and feeling them and voicing them, that is how you can break the cycle. If you just allow yourself to continue to think about the what ifs and try to think your way out of it, you will never be able to break the cycle. You have to get out of your head and into your body, into your heart, into your nervous system, and really allow the fear to be acknowledged. You can't think your way out of it. You have to feel your way out of it. It's the only way. And this is actually very challenging for overthinkers, high achievers, people that are always going, doing, accomplishing. This can be very challenging. So you have to actively stop, take a pause, take a step back, take a deep breath, and allow yourself, and it can take some practice, but you allow yourself to tune into what's happening on a mind-body level, at an emotional level, what you can actually feel in your body when you are going through some of those scenarios in your mind. And when you do that, you lean into the emotion, you feel the fear, you imagine making a mistake and what that's going to feel like and what's going to happen to you. You start imagining the worst case scenario, and you have to reassure yourself that you're safe. And you can use a mind-body tool called tapping to really reinforce this and to accelerate the release of negative energy. And actually, in other videos, I have a very specific process that you can walk through. I teach you exactly how to use tapping on something like this, where you tune into your thoughts and your emotions, and then you tap and you verbalize and you honor what is actually there, what those fears are, what those concerns are, what the what ifs. And when you start to move that energy, you will feel a relief. You will feel a sense of calm. And then what happens is you can then start to think about things without getting into that automatic cycle or pattern, that thought process of thinking about things over and over and over and over. You'll actually have a new outlook. You can be more focused on what you want and what would it take to get there. But you have to do the work. You have to acknowledge that underlying fear. You have to feel it in your system, and then you have to release it on a mind-body level. But once you do that, you literally can break this crazy behavioral pattern called overthinking. I hope that this was valuable. Please be sure that you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of my weekly videos. And I'd love to hear any feedback that you have down in the comments once you start to release some of your old patterns.